What's going on? A pluses, nerd mixes. It is your boy Indy Uchiha, and I'm here to bring the review for Swamp Thing, episode 6, The Price You Pay. Now, before we get into a lot what's going on, I do want to say, with the highs that last week episode let us off on, I was very disappointed by this episode, man. There was a lot of lulls. A lot of stuff that's going on with Cassidy and the Blue Devil is kind of muddled into what's going on. Like they're trying to force it to be a part of a narrative instead of letting it develop into like its own story on what's going on. I feel like they underused Abby again for somebody who's supposed to be such a strong and prominent female lead who felt like she was going to be the directive, you know what I'm saying, to the story. Like it's a story about Swamp Thing, of course, and what Alec is going through, but that the story was supposed to be driven through her. You know, it's just some stuff that seems a little bit weird out with the writing. They left out the horror-esque, you know what I'm saying, deep writing that we've been used to the first 5 episodes, and this just didn't hit for me like I thought it was going to hit. But we did have some interesting stuff happen. Like the opening scene, the hunters that Avery sent after to get, you know what I'm saying, Swampy and everything going on. Really, really cool scene. You get to see Swamp Thing use some of his abilities when he smacked a tree and it sent the splinters into the dude's face and into the girl's leg. I mean, that was something that was really, really, really cool to me. A beautiful, beautiful visual. It was even doper like when Matt went back and he's looking, right, and he sees the splinter trees and all that. That was kind of cool. The set design and the effects of this show are top notch. You know what I'm saying, to me, especially what we knowing it being shot on a sound stage. With everything else that's going on, it was just really, really muddled, you know, and it just seemed like it almost seemed like it was a filler episode for me. And with it being that, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. I mean, Abby listening to her friend tell her about Avery sending attackers after her and the bad person that Avery is, and her reaction seeming like she didn't know. Knowing all the bad stuff he's done. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he's a bad person, and her expression still seeming reluctant when her best friend is telling her that, you know, Avery sent people after her and that's the reason why Cassidy is in a coma. I wasn't digging that. The confrontation between Avery and Abby was probably the second best thing in this episode to me, when you can tell that Avery really cares about Abby. And Abby really doesn't know what to think about the situation, but Avery telling her that, you know, you don't become a liability, you know what I'm saying? Go back to Atlanta, you know, don't be in my way just because I look at you as a daughter, don't think you won't be dealt with, you know what I'm saying, type situation was really, really should have been awakening for her, you know, so we should see that he's so trying to deliver to the conclave so bad that it feels like he's getting sloppy, and it doesn't matter who you are, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna finish his goal before anything else happens. But we got a flashback to what was going on with Cassie, and we see what I believe is the stranger show up on set while he's doing his stunt double work and make him an offer that he cannot refuse. And it kind of feels to me, it takes some of the mystique and some of like the calmness away from the stranger, or maybe the stranger appears to different individuals in different ways, you know, but he just seemed like kind of like a trickster, almost similar to like Loki, not Marvel's Loki, but the real element, you know what I'm saying, of who Loki is. And basically trick Cassidy into this starring role of being the blue, you know what I'm saying, being the Blue Devil in the movies, in order to, you know, doing that favor of staying in Baras and finishing something, so it really felt like it just kind of got me confused on what's going on with that, because everything is just muddled. But it also, even though I don't like the flashback version of what we saw from the stranger, the it adds a little bit more mystique to the character. Like I said, what if he appears to each individual, in a different aspect? Is pretty interesting to me. But you get Woodrue, who is, made a serum out of Swampy's sample that they had got, and he's turning into like a mad scientist. It no longer feels like, it seems like he's even put his marriage in jeopardy. It no longer feels like he's doing this for his wife, for the love of his wife. I don't have that feeling of, I'm guessing, pity, or I can't think of the proper word. I'm not feeling for him for what he's going through. Like, I no longer want him to succeed, because now he just slipped into that mad scientist thing where no matter what happens, he's going to be able, kind of like Mr. Freeze, how even though Mr. Freeze gonna do anything he can to cure his wife of the disease she has, you kind of feel for him and understand why he's going to the lengths he's going to. I'm losing that from Woodrue. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. I don't know if it's the way that they're writing the character, or if this episode just wasn't done correctly or written correctly. I don't even know if it's the same writer on this episode as some of the other ones we watched. I'm just not feeling that, and I don't know if it's the stranger that's activating, you know what I'm saying, Cassidy's powers, or if it's the serum that Woodrue gave Cassidy to see if it would heal him, to wake him up out of the coma after he got jumped. I don't know which one, or it might be a combination of both, that is activating him turning into the Blue Devil. But it was just too much. That could have been, to me, an episode by itself and a story told by itself, where you could have went away from Swamp Thing and away from, the main plot line, to introduce what was going on there. Being shoehorned into this particular episode with everything else that was going on, I felt like it was just a little bit too much. Going on with Lucilia? Hold on, I wrote down her name. I always forget Matt's mom's name, the sheriff. Lucilia. We just call her Lucy. Sheriff Lucy, right? Sheriff Lucy, we find out, has been covering up a lot of stuff for Avery. Doing it for her son, to protect her son, make sure she had money, to take care of her son and everything like that. But on the flip side, Avery used that and told Matt about everything that his mom was going to do, and that's the reason why Matt was the one who was sent to blow up the boat. Get rid of Alec and everything, because Alec was getting too close onto what everything that Avery had going on. So that dynamic, to me, is the best storyline that came out of what was going on in this episode, because now you have Matt, who is disgusted with his mother and everything that she was doing, and the fact that he has to compromise himself in order to protect his mom, because she's been compromising herself in order to take care of him, and to find out that she's been Avery's mistress this whole time and everything like that. And it's going to be really cool to see what Sherry Lucy does now that she feels betrayed by Avery, bringing her son and compromising her son into things. At the same time, you get Abby introducing Matt to Swamp Thing, to Alec, letting him know that he's still alive. So I'm wondering, when Swamp Thing finds out that through the green that Matt was the one who actually tried to kill him, how that's going to work out, because that's going to be an interesting aspect. And that's something that I'm looking forward to, because I want to see if it's a Alec reaction, or if Alec himself is so connected to the green that he has like some type of calm understanding over situations, or if it's something where it seems like Alec can't fully become Swamp Thing, connect to the green, because he's still trying to be Alec. So I want to see at what time, when he finds out that Matt did that, where he's sitting at as far as his character development, to see how he reacts to that situation. At the end of the episode, we get to see another, manifestation of Swamp Thing's powers, when he makes like this flower grow that's letting off this fume that allows Abby to see him look as Alec. So I'm guessing that's where we're going to go on the next episode. And it also makes me wonder if Abby's going to end up with some connection with the Green because of all the time that she's spending with Swamp Thing and stuff like that. Is she going to be able to see a little bit of what's going on? Or is she even going to make it out this episode? Because I'm sorry, Crystal Reed is known for dying in shows like this, like she did in Teen Wolf. So I wonder if she's even going to make it out this season, let alone, out this series. So I'm pretty interested in what's going on with that. What did you guys think about this episode? To me, it's probably the worst episode of the season so far. Episode 6 is definitely the worst episode of the season. I'm actually curious to see like what the fellas Adam and them think about it, because I think Adam said that he thought last week's was a really good episode. It was one of the best episodes he had watched. To me, that was the best episode of the series so far. So I'm pretty interested in seeing where this goes from here. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us right here at Aplus Opinion, Aplus Hero Report on YouTube. Follow us at Aplus Opinions on Twitter and Facebook. Stay in tune for all the content we're going to be giving you guys. And guess what? I'm going to let the boys know. Guess who's off this Sunday? See y'all on Hero Report. Indy out.